Russia. 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 Okay, so obviously the topic of today is Russia. So okay, wherever this thing's gonna go. The whole Russia-Ukraine thing was really, really like I mean, it's still a big thing. But it was really a big thing when it all happened, and people didn't really understand how bad it was when it happened. And now they're kind of slowly seeing how bad it is. And like, if you're like still in high school and stuff, yeah, you probably don't care because it's not affecting you that bad. Um, but for those who actually feel the impact, I mean, you gotta ask a few questions like, how do you stop this? And like, how far will the ramifications actually go, you know? And you really got to ask yourself, like, what are they going to do? Like, what's the world going to do? You have this tiny little country getting, whatever the story is, you know, whether they're highly volatile enemies that are being put in a spotlight of good by the rest of the world, like, we don't know. They could be the good guys for, I don't know, I don't care. Just from an alien's point of view, just like looking down on Earth, like, look at this big country. Look at this little country over here. They're going to war with each other, and like, how is this not over yet? I mean, I understand there's a lot of things about war I don't know, and there's probably a lot of things about the situation I don't know, but I'm still going to talk about it. But is like for the U.S. Okay, I'm in the U.S. Like, why don't we go help? You know, because we usually help with everything else. But I mean, I understand people want us to butt out of everyone's business. Let's say we don't help. But doesn't it raise a really big question to where if we're not interfering and this little bitty tiny country is doing fine all on their own, you know, going into, I guess it would assumably to them, a large scale war. It's half their country is invaded, if not more. And they're going up against a major global military power. How is nobody like anywhere else not seeing like, hey, this is a big country. They're going up against a small country. They must be really weak. You know, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, Russia's got a great army, Russia's got a great this, Russia's got a great that. Do you know the type of weapons they have? Like, yeah. We assume. We don't really know. I don't think any military is going to be like, hey, yeah, this is exactly what we got in our arsenal. But at the same time, like, what's their plan? Like, what's Russia's whole plan here? Like, from my perspective, I feel like this is a whole like World War III incident. Like, view Putin as Hitler, and he's maybe not like just causing mass genocide, but he's like, hey, controlling the power around the world, and then let's turn that off. You know, the energy supply. You know, some natural resources, let's turn that off. Food supply, yeah, let's turn that off too. You know, and it's destroying a lot of global demand. So, I mean, it's really putting a heavy impact on the rest of the world. And at the same time, his little invasion deal that he's doing, Putin, it's he's committed a lot of what's considered war crimes, you know. Not supposed to be shooting and blowing up schools. We know we kind of agreed not to do that, you know, as rules of war, and blowing up hospitals or ambulances. And yeah, I know people will say, yeah, there's no rules to war. Well, a long time ago, this thing called World War II and World War One happened, and some really dumb shit happened. And everyone globally were like, hey, like, if we go to war, we're just not gonna do this. It's not okay, you know. I got you, you got me. You're a combatant soldier, we're doing anything goes. That guy in the hospital, that guy in an ambulance, yeah, he's done. He's off the playing field. We're not gonna do that. If you're within the playing field, anything goes. But we agreed upon not using nukes either. So I want to come back to that part, but just keep that in mind, nukes. So if this is becoming such a problem to where I can't remember the name of the energy supply, you know, I'm gonna look it up real quick. Okay, so I found it here. The natural gas supplies. Okay, so Nord Stream. The Nord Stream 1 pipeline stretches 1,200 kilometers under the Baltic Sea from the Russian coast near St. Petersburg to northeastern Germany. It opened in 2011 and can send a maximum of 140 million cubic meters of gas per day from Russia to Germany. Okay, so if you don't know, when this was built under the expectation that for whatever reason, when it was being built, they were assumed that this is where all or most of their natural gas supply was going to come from, assuming that Russia would never become an enemy to Germany, and from Germany it was going to spread out and go throughout Europe. This is going to be Europe's main, you know, supply of energy would come from Russia. Well, what if Russia had plans to maybe invade Europe? Then what would happen if they decided just to like cut that pipeline? Like, what does that do? Now what do they do? I mean, there's no other way to really get natural gas. I mean, like oil, yeah, you can still get oil, but natural gas, like for heating homes, like if you're from warmer areas of the globe, then yeah, you probably don't understand. But if you're in colder climate areas, yeah, people use natural gas to heat their homes, and it gets really cold in Europe, and it's gonna cause a lot of issues and a lot of fatalities. It gets cold. So they just released a thing where they said they're going to do maintenance on this pipeline, and they just said, hey, we're not turning it back on. So when are you going to turn it back on? Well, we don't know. They just said we're just not going to. It's closed until further notice. And they think that Putin's using this as a weapon to basically push Europe into submission to allow them to take Ukraine. So if you're following me on this, as far as things have been shown for European governments, that if they don't agree with Putin, they basically are going to have, in time, their entire economy and everything around it collapse on themselves. So basically what Russia's doing is like, you're not going to buy from me? Well, don't even worry about it. I'm not even going to sell to you. And they're just going to make everyone suffer. It's just going to get really bad, and it's getting bad everywhere. And their option is, you know, either do something, find other resources, which is going to be really difficult, or to just side with Putin and let him have Ukraine. But personally, I feel like there's another option there which I'm not understanding why they're not taking. And yeah, I understand. The least damage done is the best way to go about things. But like, if Russia's going up against a country this small with a very small army, and they're having trouble making an impact, why couldn't somebody just like France just go in there and just be like, yeah, you're done, like, surrender now, just come on, lay your stuff down, Russia, because I know they got a bigger, I would assume a bigger army, or Great Britain. Like, why couldn't they just like go in there and just be like, yeah, no, this ain't happening? You know, like, couldn't they just like easily walk in there and just like set them down? I mean, if the U.S. went in there, I mean, come on. And I know the big issue there is people are like, they don't want to be on the forefront of one war with Russia and then suddenly China do something, which is understandable. But for a country that boasts that their army is so powerful and has all this power and this giant arsenal, they're really struggling against a really small country. And I just don't see why the U.S. doesn't just ride on in there and be like, we're not dealing with this bull crap no more. Sit the hell down. Okay, you're not going to give us no more resources? We don't care. We're going to military occupy. We're just going to occupy their place, the military. Okay? And they're going to do what we tell them to do. I mean, people say that's not what America does. Yeah, they do that crap a lot. So I'm just saying. And I think everybody would be happy about it. It's the same kind of scenario of what happened with Hitler. We just swoop on in there, take him out, and just, hey, is anybody messed up about this? No? Okay, great. Are the ramifications still felt today from what they fixed? Yes. Are people still paying for it? Yeah. Yeah. But is the world a better place now? Absolutely. So with what's going on right now with Russia, can they just walk on in there and be like, no, sit down? And I know the argument is from fears from like the US is that, hey, what if they shoot nukes? That kind of makes me feel like North Korea's whole deal. Oh, we're gonna push the button, you better do it. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll give you what you want. Really? That's like you running around as an assassin, killing everybody, and then some guy who you're like, I'm gonna kill you now, and then it's just like, oh yeah? Let me get my wallet. Pull the wallet out. This is a bomb. It looks like a wallet, sir. But I'm gonna kill you though. So no, it's a bomb. You doing it? I'm gonna press the button. Okay, I'm gonna back off. Dude. Yeah, look, it could be a bomb. I'm pretty sure it's not a bomb. It might not be. We haven't tested them. We know this guy's got a gun, and you killed him. We know that guy's got a gun, and you killed him. You know that guy's got a gun, and you killed him. This guy just pulls out a random box and goes, I got a bomb. And yeah, I mean, it's serious, but do you have the capability to stop it? Yeah, okay. I mean, so, like, what's their end plan? Like, they're gonna lose regardless if we run in there and they shoot nukes. They're going to lose regardless. I think we have more than enough defense globally to where people are like, yeah, no, this does not even leave in their airspace. And if they have silos elsewhere, then, I'm pretty sure we can manage about it. But I don't think there's going to be even a winning position for Russia. If they were like, you know what, we're going to lose, we're going to press the nukes. It's like, then what? Then what? Well, everybody loses. It's like, yeah, and I know that's the same view from America. They're like, yeah, well, everybody loses. It's like, everybody's losing regardless. I mean, and if that's the viewpoint you have, that, hey, they could push nukes and everybody loses, then what's to stop Russia from going, hey, America, I want everything you have now. All of it. All of it. Well, we're going to negotiate. No. I want all of it. Look, you see the bomb box I got? Yeah, I got that. All right, I'm going to press the button. I'm going to shoot the nukes. Why? I mean, do we really take them in North Korea like that serious? Like, I mean, they really don't got nothing going. Like, let's just go in there. I'd call their bluff. I would definitely call their bluff. And if they shoot a nuke, cool, great, it's full on. We are definitely taking over. But let's just fix this crap. I mean, I think everybody would be happy if, well, maybe not everybody, but a lot more people would be happy if the European Union, if anything, or the UN was like, hey, going to collaborate. We're going to take over Russia, and it's going to be owned by a little piece of everybody. You know, I'm not saying a U.S. takeover. That'd be kind of retarded. But a collaboration of the many nations to help control this giant nation. It's really a pain to the rest of the globe, and it's really a pain right now. You know, and this would make things a lot more manageable and easier for the rest of the world, like in many, many ways. And I just don't get it. Like, I really don't. Anyway, I'm done with this. So, just something to think about. Till next time.